if you want to win at sports betting, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. It doesn't matter whether you're at the start of your journey or you're an advanced player, this video is for you. I'm Tony from Analyst, a full-time professional gambler. Let's crack on. Let's start off with the very basics. It doesn't matter whether you've got experience of sports betting or not. If you can understand and get these 5 points right, you will profit. Let me start by saying betting is all about the maths, right? Anybody that tries to tell you any different is wrong. The thing is, everything has got a price. So let's just take, for example, a roll of a dice, 6 numbers, the odds are 6. The bookmakers, the sportsbooks, would try to give you odds of 5, thus they would make a profit. If you could get odds of 7, you would be the person making a profit. At the end of the day, to profit, you need the very best odds. And now to get them, what you're going to have to do is open as many sports betting accounts as possible. This will then in turn give you the chance to go line shopping, and that means getting the best odds that you can possibly find from the sports books you have at hand. These accounts should be fully funded and ready to go, because best odds don't hang around. They are like Champions League tickets, they sell out fast. So make sure you're in a position to take them and move on. The other part of the jigsaw is finances. Now, you're going to have winners and you're going to have losers. The problem is you don't know what order they're going to come in. You're going to have what they call a variance, right? Even if you've got the odds in your favour, you might lose for a while. It's going to be a long play. It's a numbers game. I would suggest you keep a separate betting bank and then play according to the strength of the bets that you're going to be making. Now, it's going to be 1 or 2%, nothing more, depending on your numbers. But let's go on to the important part. To find profitable bets, you can use software or different platforms, right? Some of them offer free services, most of them are paid. They come in at a relatively low price level, so it just depends on what you need, you know, what level you're going to be at. There are 3 different methods. One is match betting, which is basically taking the bonuses and playing them out. Secondly is the arbitrage. That's when you're betting both sides of a bet and can't possibly lose. And thirdly is value betting. This is when you're betting just one side, you can lose on the other, but overall it's going to be more profitable doing value betting in the long term. If you don't want to get any software in, you could just look at something like Betfair, which is a betting exchange. Look at the actual odds between the back and the lay. That will give you some kind of benchmark odds. You could use Pinnacle Sports or the Asian odds bookmakers, the platforms out there. That's going to give you a good guide, you know, or you could possibly just use like these odds checking websites, right, just to see where you are lying. So these are the factors that you've got to take on board if you're going to run with this idea. So this is the final part of the easy section. This is what's going to help you, get to that sort of 5,000, 10,000, and that is actually maxing out on incentives. You know, when you open betting accounts, you normally get what they call a first-time deposit bonus. It could be a match sum, which means that if you deposit 200, you get another 200 in matched money, you know, free bonus money. It could also be like in the form of a free bet. Now, if this is the case, then I would suggest to you that you go in at odds of bigger than 3 to actually max out on that, because it is a free bet. You're only going to get one throw of the dice on that, and if you start taking odds of 1.2 because you think it's a safe bet, I'm afraid you're shooting yourself in the foot. The mathematics says bigger the odds, better. You could also maybe get best odds guaranteed, which in the UK for horse racing is if that the SP is bigger than the actual price that you took, you'd get paid the better price. There's extra places. That could be in golf, it could be in horse racing, it could be in like tennis bets, you know, tournament bets. You get lucky 15 with some sports books which offer you double odds if you only get one winner. So if you had like a 4-to-1 winner, that would be then doubled to 8-to-1, right? So that's something to take on board. Look for these type of sports books. Also, if you can do it yourself, look for each way value. That's relatively easy to learn. We've done a separate video on that. I'll post that there so you can actually check it out if you want to do some each way thieving. But all in all, it's relatively easy to profit if you use these methods. I would think most of the followers of this channel fit into the intermediate range, so this section is for you. I'm going to give you 5 points that you should be doing better, or at least making sure that you're up to speed on. Using the CLV method, the closing line value, You've got to be beating these odds more often than you don't. If you do, then you're going to profit. If you don't, then you're going to lose. I think that's pretty obvious. So how are you going to find the CLV? I would suggest getting yourself across the Pinnacle or getting their closing odds. There's many sites reporting on those closing odds, right? And then what you do is you actually find the actual no juice odds. You're going to have to use a de-vigifier, and I'm going to suggest you use winner odds for that. If you actually look at winner odds, you will see that odds of 1.96 and 1.96. I think that's pretty obvious. If you put them into the system, they come out at 2 and 2. If you put 176 in the system with 2.15, then the odds that you would have to be beating are 1.81 and 2.23. So check out winner odds. You can change if you want to the possible results to 3, 4, whatever you wish to, but at the end of the day, you've got to be beating the CLV to profit. I would also recommend that you understand the importance of liquidity. I mean, it does show the market strength, and you do need to understand it, especially if you start betting with the low life, soft books, right? Because if there's no liquidity and you're betting into those type of markets, I'm afraid you're going to get quickly banned or limited. You should also understand that liquidity increases near the start of a match, a game, and that is a good time to bet, because also that comes back to the CLV. They don't notice that you're actually getting ahead. You should be shopping within the system for better odds. Now, this even happens with the Pinnacle Sports. So if you look at this example, you will see that Pinnacle Sports are offering the same bet 3 times, and that is plus 0.5, plus 1 European handicap, and the double chance X2. They've all got different odds. The plus 0.5 is 2.19, the 1 is 2.15, and the double chance is 2.16. You can see you are getting actually 4 pips more by betting plus 0.5 on exactly the same bet. If you look at these idiots, Bet 3000, you can see how they're ripping off their customers with their double chance and the European handicap. They're offering odds of 1.60 on this particular game, but if you bet them both separately, so you take the draw and you take the away win, then you get odds of 3.55 and 3.45, which come out at 1.75 combined. So just imagine that, 1.75 compared to 1.60. That is 25% more, right? So make sure you shop within the system. Create better odds through par betting. What that means is that you're going to use 2 different sports books to actually take 2 different sets of odds. In this example I'm going to be sharing with you, the actual best odds that you're seeing about Team A home win in the draw no bet market is 1.87. You're getting 2.05 about the away team in the same bet, right? But the odds being offered on the best odds that you can find with your sports books are 2.6 the home team, 3.5 draw, and 3 on the away team. Now what you could do in this instance is place 28.57 on the draw at odds of 3.5. That would win you 100 or get you your money back. You would then place the remainder 71.43 at odds of 3, and you would get 214.29 back. So you've actually increased your odds to 2.14. So imagine that, right? You can do this just by using a bit of logic. If you see outstanding odds where you can get a draw to better odds with one of your sports books, then you might want to go shopping for the actual bet you're making. You see it all over the internet. Parlays are bad for you. If you bet parlays, you're going to be losing even more. Now that is true for idiots, but if you get the odds in your favor, parlays are actually fantastic. Right, let me just explain to you. If you're betting, say, a flip of a coin, odds of 2.1, you've got 5% value. If you're now doing that in a treble because you're getting 2.13 times, you would actually be getting 15.8%, right? Because you would just times 2.1 by 2.1 by 2.1 equals 9.26. Divide that by the actual number of bets you'd have to make, 8, and there you've got it, 15.8%. If you did it by 4, that would go to 21.6%. So boosting your margin, through this type of betting is a great way to go. Now, while you do have variance, you can get around it by using system bets. If you've got like a 5 bet at value, then you could do 3 from 5, 4 from 5. You could even maybe do 4 from 7. It really doesn't matter how you get around it, but parlays can be fantastic fantastic value if you know what you're doing. If you want to fast track your journey into becoming a professional sports bettor, you might want to consider our mentorship program. This is for people that follow through, and while it does come at a cost, it could be the best investment you ever made. Check it out. For those of you who are moving on to the advanced stage, this is obviously what you need to look at. You're going to be working with smaller margins, which possibly means Asian sports books, or maybe the broker's agent, the actual betting exchanges and so on, right? So the thing you're going to have to understand about them is that a lot of them are skimming, right? They're actually taking the odds and not really passing them on to you. They're putting a little bit more in their own pockets. Now, some of them do have this in the sort of terms and conditions, but paying, for the usage of like the Pinnacle Sports, the SBOs, the IBCs and so on, right, is just not something that you really want to do. So bear it in mind, make sure that you're getting full odds, class A odds, because otherwise you're going to struggle. Be a big player, you're going to obviously need to network, right, to get yourself out there. Now, this is where I've seen most people go wrong. They just don't have it within them. Probably personality, it might be something else. It just might be reluctant or tied up in their own sort of business, right? But they're just not seeing the bigger picture. It really doesn't matter what you need, whether it's sourcing bets, getting betting accounts, whether it's banking, understanding the sort of money rotation, the sort of logistics of it all. And what about understanding technology? It's all about staying ahead of the game. You need the legal side covered, and also what you need is knowledge, right? Advanced knowledge. You keep learning in this game. It's always about getting ahead and trying to beat the system. I would definitely suggest to be really efficient in networking. You've got to bring something to the table yourself. Network hard, and that's the way forward when you get to the advanced stage. So maybe you've networked, maybe you've got people on your side, you're dealing with people every day of the week, right? I would definitely suggest that you learn to cover your ass. In this instance, right, you're going to be basically a target. You're going to be a target for sportsbooks. You're going to be out there. People are going to know who you are, and you need things in place, right? Like contracts, non-disclosure agreements. What about a legal cover? Making sure that you've got a lawyer, maybe some kind of written opinion. Just think about all the sort of logistics involved with sports betting, but make sure when you do, at least cover your ass. If you've worked yourself into an high turnover situation, you've really got your business going, then you should be negotiating better terms. And by that I mean, with the betting exchanges, for example, you can actually get better than what's in offer, right? Go and get their VIP manager, try to negotiate better terms. Back in the day, we actually used to receive commission of the money that was won against us, and not only betting commission free ourselves. Now, things have changed over the years. It's not quite as easy, but you should be able to get your sort of commission rate down to say 1.5% if you've got millions in turnover, right? So bear that in mind. Also with the Asian brokers, the agents, I mentioned earlier that they were skimming, but also on the other side, what they do for you is if you are a big player, if you're bringing a lot of turnover, they might be willing to split their commission. Now, this is relatively low, probably going to be like a 0.1 to 0.3% on total turnover, but you can imagine what a difference that makes at the end of the day. And the final thing I'd really like to say, if you want to be a big time pro, is a focus on the system. Now, most people, they lack efficiency, and I've seen it day in, day out. My own businesses, they're all well laid up. I know how to go about this business. It's about building bridges. It's about getting the right contacts on board. Make sure you are efficient, whether you're getting procedures in place, whether you're onboarding. It's about the workflow. You've got to make sure that you are getting the maximum out of every day. So reverse engineer results, reflect on what you've been doing, but just keep investing in the right stuff and doing things right. Yeah, use your time wisely. I think that's the sort of takeout from this, but just really focus on making the system as smooth as possible. So that's it. I do hope you got something out of this video, out of this upload, right? I do talk with my hands a lot, I know that, but the moral of the story is I know this business inside and out, and I'm here to help you profit from sports betting. If you did like this video, then make sure you give us a thumbs up. We know the business, and believe me, I'm going to be showing you how to profit more in the coming months, right? I'm Tony from Bettor Analyst. See you in the next one soon. Take care. Bye-bye.